Hello, amigos, impossible amigos. My name is Taffrey16. Welcome back to another episode of Reading Your Comments, episode 183. It is Sunday or maybe Saturday if you're watching this a day early on Patreon. Shout out to all the Patrons have the option to watch these as well as the reaction videos up to a day early, sometimes more, and you get your name in a video description as well. But regardless of what day you're watching this on, let's go ahead and read some comments. If you do Blackadder, please do not skip Series 1 despite what people say. I won't. Don't worry about that. Thank you to Quaid, by the way, who got me, I believe it was Quaid, to got me copies of the entire show, so I have that ready to go. But yeah, I won't skip the first series. When I do series 2 and 4, after series 1 and 3 obviously, but mainly 2 and 4 because I've done episodes of those previously, I'm probably going to rewatch the episodes I did. I did the first episode of each series, but I'm probably going to rewatch both of them because I did Blackadder 2 like 2 years ago, and Blackadder goes forth like 3.5 years ago, so I'll probably just rewatch them. Any chance you could do the rest of Still Game in chronological order? It's taking you 3 years to do 21 episodes, and I might be dead by the time you reach the end of it at this rate. I think it's 67 episodes in total, plus 2 documentaries. I might be dead at this rate by the time I finish it. I might just finish it and then kill over. But yeah, there's still a lot more of that show. So I might have to think of something. I'll try to think of something. Gemma Whelan, who played Kate in Upstart Crow, was also Yara Greyjoy in Game of Thrones, and Paula Wilcox, who was the mother, was in The Smoking Room, which you reacted previously. Oh, okay, that's probably where I saw her. You've reacted so much British TV that's at the point where you've seen so many of the actors in something else, which is impressive that you recognize and often name most of them or shows they've been in. Seeing if you're spot on you spot them all is part of fun of watching, especially when you can name more of them than I often can. You know, I often say my memory is bad, and it is, but certain things stick in my mind, especially if I'm doing something often. So luckily for me, it seems like certain actors, I think it's faces. Names don't often stick in my mind, but faces often do. It's funny how in Upstart Crow, the guy who played Kemp, the guy in Green at the Playhouse who was big in Italy, is so obviously a parody of Ricky Gervais. Was it? I actually didn't catch that. You think it was a malicious parody or just for fun parody? Because I know a lot of people don't like Ricky Gervais, and to be honest, there's a lot of valid reasons not to. Spoilers for the end of the young ones here. My theory has always been that they survived the bus crash, because if you think back to all the previous episodes, Vivian has managed to survive getting a pickaxe for the head, and even beheaded on the train in Bambi, so he managed to survive all those things. I think he would have survived the bus crash even if none of the others did. That's a valid point, but it also was the end of the show, so I'm just gonna choose to go with they all died. Don't know if someone mentioned this, but the cast of Young Ones did make a music video with Cliff Richard. Living Doll should be available on YouTube. I think I've heard that song. I have not seen the video. I'll have to look into that. Will you be doing Guest House Paradiso? It's quite kind of decent, but some people don't like it. I don't know what that is. Is that another Rick and Aid thing? I'll have to look into that. The 3D didn't work for you? That's because you need the special Murica 3D glasses, and if that doesn't work, the special 3D blobby mask. And if that doesn't work, well then you're not seeing the 3D. I like Joe Lycett as a presenter and thought the Iceland episode Travel Man with him and Bill was more entertaining than the one Richard did with Jessica Hines, and I love Amsterdam, so I enjoyed that episode too. That was a great episode. Again, it might have been my favorite episode Travel Man I've seen, except for maybe the one with Richard and Chris, because the one with Richard and Jessica Hines was probably the worst one I've seen, just because it seemed so scripted, and it didn't seem like they had much chemistry, to be honest. But yeah, Joe and Bill were like a perfect match. Funny thing, there are actually no bears or polar bears in Iceland, so it'd be hard to test those rooms with no bears around. There's no bears at all? Like, you ain't even got like grizzly bears and shit? Fair enough, I guess. The knitting show that Joe Lycett hosted was the Great British Sewing Bee, kind of like Bake Off but sewing. That sounds like a show that I would do a reaction to, I'd really enjoy, maybe even be able to get it on YouTube, and then it'd get 400 views. Every time I watch The Day Today, the more I'm convinced that it's transitioning into a documentary about the dystopian future of journalism. I think the future's now, brother. I've been reading about measures used to deter homeless people from sleeping on the streets, things like spikes and bolts fixed to the ground or bars fixed to the benches to prevent people lying down them since hostile architecture. Yeah, it's fucking terrible. It's amazing to me how terrible homeless people are treated. Like, some people's solution to the homeless problem is, oh, let's not give them anywhere to go. Why not invest money into building shelters? instead of like, oh, let's just not give them anywhere to sleep, or let's just cast them. Like, if you want to solve the problem, forcing them to die is not a solution. It's just a backwards version of genocide. Like, forcing them to die is not the way to go about it. Build some fucking shelters, you pussy politicians. Hey Taff, thanks for this. You've probably been asked before, but will you be moving on doing the Brass Eye episodes? Yes, I will. I finished the day today next month, because I have one more episode. So, probably September for Brass Eye, yeah. This is a random question, but I was curious. You have several different intros that you use. Is there a pattern to decide which one or is one you feel like at the time of editing? That's a good question, actually. So, the pattern changed recently, too. That's why I'm glad that you asked this. Excuse me. So, previously, the Stargate intro was the main one. The short Godzilla Roar intro was the one I used for videos on Dailymotion. And the casino intro I used typically more for Peter K content and game show type shows. That has now shifted. The casino intro is now the main intro. So the casino intro I use on all main YouTube videos. The short Godzilla intro is still the one for Dailymotion videos, and I've now relegated the Stargate intro to the 80-second this video is live on Dailymotion type videos. Did I dream you doing the Armando Show? I don't know what that is either, so yes, I think you did. I'm learning about a whole lot of new shows today. Have you reacted to Nighty Night yet? Nope, don't know what that is either. It was written and stars Julia Davis from Jam. It's darkly brilliant. Is it a show or is it a film? Mate, I'm starting my own reaction channel. How do you avoid copyright claims and videos being removed with your Dailymotion uploads via Patreon? Videos being removed with your I don't understand the second part of your question. How do you avoid copyright claims, though? There's a couple methods to doing it, none of which potentially doing it. I don't use any of them. I am aware of them. I don't like them, which is why I don't use them. On YouTube, I suppose you could make your face the majority of the screen and put the video in a tiny box. That could sometimes work. You could sometimes stretching the video out could work. Sometimes slowing the video or speeding the video up, making it off pitch can work as well. Sometimes cutting the footage up more and doing more like highlights reaction could work. Again, I don't like any of these methods, which is why I don't use them, but they're possible. For the way I do it, really you just have to, over time, learn what you can put on and what you can't. If you have a copy of the thing you're going to watch, like if you have it downloaded on your computer like I do, upload it to YouTube before you watch it and see what the copyright is. Like, that's what I usually do. Like, if I'm gonna react to a BBC show, upload it, it's got a block claim, okay, can't put it on there. Over time, also, even if it is blocked, you should file a fair use dispute and see if you can get it unblocked. And then remember who unblocks claims and who doesn't, and try to keep track of that. How my thing goes also is you gotta have backup websites, obviously, if you want to do full reactions of certain things. Like, if I can't get something on YouTube, I put it on Dailymotion. If I can't get it on Dailymotion, I put it on Veo. If I can't get it on Veo, well, then I put it on Google Drive, even though Google Drive is not really a viable site for uploading videos because there's a play limit, which is why if I have to upload something on Google Drive, I use Google Drive and OneHub. But yeah, it's just things you gotta learn over time, so good luck. The inspiration for the fashion show part in Knowing Me, Knowing You of Al Partridge had to come from the Wogan show, where there was some designer put on there to show her work, and the audience was howling with laughter at her efforts until she threatened to leave if they didn't stop. I think it was Vivienne Westwood. I've never heard of her, but I would say I want to say I feel bad for her, but I mean, just based off what I've seen, I could be completely off base on this, but the fashion design industry, especially when it comes to the big designers, seems like a very kiss-ass industry. So she's probably was not at all used to any sort of big criticism. Alright, yeah, that's gonna do it for another episode of Reading Your Comments. The comments in this video were pulled from American Rex to Upstart Crow, The Young Ones 12, Travelman 7 and 8, Day to Day 6, Jam 4, and Knowing Me, Knowing You with Alan Partridge 4. If you want a chance to get your comment read in next week's episode of Reading Your Comments, the videos to comment on are as follows. This video, my favorite reaction to The Good Life that came out yesterday, the reaction video that comes out tomorrow, which I'm hoping is Car Share, but I don't know if it's going to be unblocked in time. If it's not, it'll be something else. The reaction videos that also come out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Those are the videos that comment on if you want a chance to get your comment read in next week's episode of Reading Your Comments. But that's going to do it for me today. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like. If you didn't like it, don't. If you want to follow any of my social media links, my Twitch, where I stream every single day, my second channel for any of you is my Twitter. If you want to follow me on my Patreon, if you want to support me, or my Daily Motion, all those things are in the video description down below, as well as the Twitch VODs channel and the community Reddit. Thank you also to all my patrons currently named in the video description. If you didn't know, in addition to getting your name there for as low as $1 or £1, you can get access to reaction videos, as well as these reading your comments up to a day early, sometimes more. With all that being said though, my name is Taffrey16. This has been another episode of Reading Your Comments, episode 183, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.